Granny Mandy would be a cute name. One day. I mean, my Twitch name will stay perfect for my entire life because when I'm elderly and my Twitch channel is called Tea with Mandy, it will be even more perfect than it is now. If Twitch is still around in that timeline. Have you recapped? I only understood bits and pieces. I honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I don't understand a lot of this game. I don't know a lot of like Taiwan history. So I don't get a lot of it. But I could try to give you guys a summary of what has happened so far. It's fun, it's interesting, there's a lot of spooky moments, but in terms of piecing together the story, I don't think I do a super great job. But let me open the game, because this menu is quite loud. Yeah, but I'll recap to the best of my ability. True, Kavada, the drama, no thank you. Okay, so, this game is called Detention. And you start the game as a character named, I think his name was Wei. You start the game as a character who's a student at this school. And he wakes up from falling asleep on his desk in his classroom. And the entire school is empty. And so he realizes that there was some kind of emergency and everyone had to leave the school, but he was left there alone. And so he goes in search of a way to like leave the school, but everything's locked up. And he finds this girl sitting on the stage on a chair, looking completely disassociated and sketchy. And he talks to her, she comes to, and then they decide to work together to try to escape the school because they're stuck and they need to leave because no one else is there. And then things start to get kind of weird and we start to see creepy things, and then all of a sudden the character that we're playing as is dead. And he's hanging upside down on the stage where that girl had been sitting previously. He's hanging by his feet and he's dead. And now suddenly we're playing as this girl. Her name is Ray, I believe. We're suddenly playing as Ray. This is based in Taiwan. We're suddenly playing as Ray. And she sees the body and she doesn't really seem too startled. She's like, oh, okay. Oh no, it looks like he's dead. That's unfortunate. And then just goes on with things, which to me is very, very sketchy. How much time passed when he was asleep? I have no idea. So she didn't really seem too worried about it. She's like, okay, anyway, I'm gonna try to find my way out of here. As if it was just a normal thing to find a classmate dead and hanging from his feet. And then she's looking around for the way to go, and then she encounters the bathroom, and she looks at herself in the mirror, and then her head, like, her image in her mirror, like, it's like neck breaks, and like looks all creepy, and says something along the lines of like, why don't you remember? Or like, you did this or something. Anyway, to me, that was it saying like, the girl doesn't remember, she got possessed or something or lost her mind and she killed the boy. That's my assumption. I think that's what's happening in the game. But it hasn't been proven or anything yet. And then suddenly these monsters, these demon type creatures of like myth and legend start appearing. And if they catch your character, they kill her. And so you have to hold your breath and sneak around in different ways. I have my journal, and it shows you them if you guys are curious. There's this lantern specter. I'm guessing it's based on, well, not true, but Taiwan mythology, I would imagine. And then there's this one, Hebei Wu Cheng. And then, oh, they weren't. There's like all these different pieces of mythology. This one, so creepy. The lingered. These are a lot of the spirits, and you feed them and you can sneak past them. Another lingered. Oh, wait. So far there's only lingered and the lantern spirit. Yeah. So there's 2 types of enemies right now. Yeah. And so we have to sneak around, and on the school grounds there's all these creepy creatures who get you. And then our character starts having flashbacks. So she's trying to escape the school. She has to do these puzzles and work around these creatures. But then she starts having flashbacks, and there's a lot of, like, I don't know what you call it. There's a lot of talk about the political situation in Taiwan at this time. I don't know a lot about that history, but there's a lot of talk about that and about, people who are committing treason against the government and people who are doing like secret things behind the government's back and illegal things and stuff like that. And somehow I think this girl is involved in some kind of treasonous sentiment. I'm not exactly sure what. Maybe some of you guys caught on to that. I can't quite remember. Or like her dad or her teacher or something. There was a male figure, who could have been her dad or her teacher, who said there are things that the books in school don't teach you about that are important in life. If you come for a walk with me, like outside, like downtown or something, I'll tell you about them, which was kind of weird. But yeah, anyway, there's a lot of stuff like that in the game, which is interesting. And so she gets some flashbacks to, I don't know, like her childhood or something, where her parents are constantly fighting, and we're kind of piecing together this story of her parents and her upbringing, and it seems like her dad had an affair in some way. Again, the storytelling is intentionally vague, so it's hard to know exactly what's going on. But it seems like her dad had an affair of some sort, and it really messed her up. So I'm guessing it wasn't like your typical affair, I imagine. And then he became an alcoholic, and their parents were always yelling. Am I missing anything important? If you guys caught anything that I didn't, please feel free to add it in. Obviously, like, no spoilers if you played it, but did I miss anything important in the story? Again, it's hard to piece together. It's kind of, like, all over the place and also vague in a lot of ways, but that would be my summary, I guess. Yeah. Really? Okay, good. That's so interesting. You think that's good enough? Okay. So now we are trying to solve a puzzle to, I don't know, get out of the school or something like that. Hey, Period! Hey, thank you so much. Hello, welcome. Hi, Period. Oh, it's so nice to see you. Thank you so much for raiding. Welcome back. How are you? How was your stream? What were you guys playing today? Ooh, Days Gone. I've heard amazing things about that game. I would love to play it one day. How was it? Did you do good? Thank you so much for raiding. Welcome, guys. Thanks for the recap. Nice to have, since I was down and out for most of yesterday's stream. No worries at all. Are you feeling any better today, Hydro? No pressure. You don't have to be, but I hope you're okay. Hello, Lilith. Welcome. Hi, Venom. Welcome. Hi, Isaac. Welcome on in, guys. Hope y'all are doing well. Yeah, it is. So, Days Gone is amazing. I'm so glad you're enjoying it. Did you just start? Yeah, I've watched a bit of it. It looks like an amazing game. I'd love to play it. Okay. So when we turn this dial, it brings us to a different time period. Oh, this one didn't. So this is some kind of weird... Oh yeah, we put the... Is there money in the piggy bank? Oh yes, this. This wasn't here before. A movie ticket. Huh, okay. So we got a movie ticket. Okay. I don't know what we're gonna do with that. It's in your top 3, Venom. Nice. So yeah, this indicated to us that her father committed adultery of some kind. One day, Dad came home inebriated and tripped at the front door. I couldn't stand seeing him on the ground all the time, so I went over to give him a hand. Beside the stench of smoke, there was another smell. A faint smell of powdered makeup. You could smell makeup, but yeah, he got with another woman, it seems. Okay, bye Ty, see you later. You guys, is the audio of this game too loud? I feel like we turned it down so much yesterday, but I'm like shouting over it. I don't know, is that okay? I guess. We already did this puzzle. We've been here already. Yeah, no, the game just keeps getting louder. I'll just turn it down a bit. Sorry, you guys. Let me know if it's still hard to hear. Anything different about this area? No. I think it was her teacher that told her that there are things that books don't teach you. Yeah, it was her teacher. Maybe, Iggy, maybe. Mo, you shut up. Wow, Mo. You in big troll mode today, huh? What are you gonna do with you? What are you gonna do with you? Oh, it's the same place. Okay, well, nothing else to do, so let's go to the next area. Piggy bank is gone. Must be a way we can use the movie ticket. This is her dad's study. Drawing. Nothing else here. Mo needs attention. More like attention. Whoa, we haven't been here. This is colorful and fun, except for the brain. I guess also the dead chickens. Okay, that is a scary smile. Okay, I like the colors. Eyeballs? What is wrong with our character? This is a really cool place, but well, I guess we'll use the ticket. Good day and welcome. We hope you enjoy your movie. I'm so excited for the movie. Yeah. Dango, but make it eyeballs. Is that her teacher? Yeah, I think she met with her teacher. And he's gonna tell her about, I don't know, communist sentiment? I'm not sure. Something that the government wouldn't like. I don't know what it would be. Oh. Oh, not again. So her teacher baited her with the idea of learning and I don't know, came onto her, I guess. Yikes. Okie dokie. Okay, now things look very different. So she was like excited to go there and ignored the warning signs, I think. Maybe that was a symbolism of before going to the movie, and now it actually looks like this. She was all excited. I don't know. The teacher she was mad at is the daughter of the principal. She was mad at a teacher? I don't remember. Oh, yes. Yeah. But that one went missing. That's a teacher that went missing. Yeah. Okay, so we're done here? Weird. Yeah, true. Okay. So, presumably he molested her and told her not to tell anyone. That's great. It's been a nice, awful theme in the games we've been playing lately. Can't say I like that. A note on the floor. Search warrant. A search warrant issued by the district court with a list of public officials involved in a bribery scheme. When I went home that day, Father had already been taken away. A bribery scheme. I asked Mom what happened. She quietly replied, Dad got his hands dirty, but he'll live. Hearing this, I felt as if she was smiling underneath. Public officials involved in a bribery scheme. Okay. So her dad was not a good guy. Hey, Vaylene, this is called Detention. We started it yesterday, actually. No, you're good. Hi, Spade, by the way. Welcome. You're good. Wait, what did I just pick up? I didn't even look at it. Assignment book. A reasonable excuse to enter the counseling office. Okay. So now we go back. Okay. Now we can save. Wait a minute. Oh. So I don't enter the counseling office from here. We wouldn't enter it from her room, would we? Oh, her piggy bank is still there. Halloween games, yeah, Vaylin. Spooky games. Sadly, it's a real theme. Yep. I don't think there's anything left to do here, but I'm trying to find my way. I gotta get to the counselor's office. Oh, is this it? No. I mean, I thought we had to go back to the school. Question mark on the game. I don't know what you mean. Oh, I'm glad you like it, Spade. Good. Yeah, it's really interesting. I like storytelling like this. Hi, Honorable. How you doing? Welcome. Nice to see you. Thank you so much for being here, everyone. I appreciate you all so much. Thank you for your company and your good conversation. Okay, we haven't been here. What the heck is going on here? Oh, thank you, Spade. Hey, Nonprofit! Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome on in. How are you? How was your stream? Hello, hello. I'm doing good today. Thank you. Okay. Decomposing fish and blood slashes. Like she did on the throat of the boy who was dead when she drained his blood. Is that him? The teacher's desk. On it are plenty of assignment papers. Here we go. So the same teacher that put his hand on her. Have I played Disney Dreamlight? No. Oh shoot, I wasn't reading. I'm glad you're back on track. What did he say? Sorry, I forgot the game was like this. Hopefully you won't be needing me anytime soon. If there isn't anything else, you should return to class now. Maybe she rejected him because he's acting all closed off. He said counseling is almost over. Anything else? Counseling records. So he was a counselor. It's over no matter what's been written on here. There's only farewell. Okay, that's all I missed. So he's done with her. Either he did something with her or he tried to and then he pushed her aside. So maybe she was excited to be with the teacher, but then he changed his mind? Maybe? Possibly? I don't know. So counseling is almost over. Maybe that's why he sounds closed off. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. Okay, I don't imagine things would be different here, but let's just go look. Or maybe this is her mental process during the counseling she got and recalling her trauma. Possibly, I really don't know. I'm making so many assumptions. Oh, this is open finally. Oh god, that scared me. That's her at her own desk. ... We have to give her counseling records or something? Give her her necklace? Seems like a memory. Doesn't do anything. Give her the necklace. Doesn't do anything. Give her the paper airplane. A glass cup of nauseating color, overflowing with the stench of human corruption. Plates and cups clash against the walls as father's voice roared through the halls. Oh, she wrote a poem? Okay, she's talking about alcohol because her father was an alcoholic. A glass cup of nauseating color, so a cup of alcohol that she's sick of her dad drinking. Overflowing with the stench of human corruption. That says enough. Plates and cups because her parents were fighting and her father was yelling and throwing things. Okay, so yeah, her memory of her upbringing. After a series of curses seething, all that's left is mother's weeping. Our family was once sweet together, healthy and caring when we gathered. And now every night's a restless sleep, every morning hard to wake. So it goes on day by day, the anguish digs ever deep. So sad. How many people have to deal with stuff like that as kids? I was shattered into countless pieces, mirroring the crumbling of a familiar world. In a state of ceaseless decay, plunging into a river of despair, floating in limbo for the rest of our days. So she became very depressed because of her family's fighting and the way it changed, I think. Yeah. So she became depressed and maybe apathetic. What color is nauseating? The color of beer? I don't know. ... Can we give her this? Doesn't do anything. Can we give her this? Yeah. Anticipating when we meet, footsteps ever quick and slight, roaming through a neon forest, strolling past the dazzling lights. This was meeting her teacher, I think? Anticipating when we meet in a neon forest. Yeah, that was the scene we saw. You think olive green, Mo? Really? I think brown green. Olive green is actually a nice color, but brown green? Brown green is the worst. Definitely. You're thinking brown green. Yeah, olive is a nice color. Yeah, yeah. Sage green is nice. Yeah, I like that too. Okay, roaming through a neon forest. So that's the scene we saw where she was walking to meet the teacher at the theater, I'm guessing. Exactly, Gooby. Mo. Oh no! I've become a little lark, brushing past the pretty flowers, chasing all the playful butterflies. I glide merrily by your side. Are you guys sensing the same thing that I am? Am I piecing it together properly, do you think? Hi, not Pirk. Sorry I missed your message there, but hello and welcome. How are you? Did you guys get the same, like, inference from these so far? Hi, not Pirk. Welcome. How you doing? I glide merrily by your side. Like, I think that's her having time with her teacher. I've been an actor in our play long before the curtain's risen. Being held is ever comforting, longing for your love embracing, listening to your many whispers, feeling each other's tranquil breathing. The white deer walked into my grasp. What a pleasant surprise, what a turn of fate. I want to keep this moment in my palms for eternity. You missed some plot, so you're just along for the ride. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, she went to the theater and met her teacher because her teacher wanted to meet outside of school hours to talk about things that aren't in the books. But then he put his hand on her and then she reached for his hand too. So I think yeah, I think you get the message. So I think he made her fall in love with him, but obviously, like, he's an adult. He's just being an awful person. And then this young person, like, thought it was love, which is bad. So yeah, she said, I want to keep this moment in my palms for eternity. All of a sudden, we stopped meeting. You became distant, bitterly. Colder than the sun could melt, air around you freezing instantly. Yeah, like I said, when she went to the counseling office and he's like, okay, our counseling is done. You can go. It's because he was being cold and distant. He's just done with her for whatever reason. And she's in love with him. And he's just brushing her off. And my frozen body's beating hard, with each pulse tearing itself apart. Again, I'm left in abject solitude. What beautiful writing in these poems. In a house that I call home, in a space that I call school. A walking corpse whose mind's without, a sense of loss that's drowned with doubt. That's so sad. So her home isn't a happy place anymore. Her school now isn't a happy place. She has nothing good, it seems like. Groomers don't like when their grooming doesn't work, but I think the grooming worked in this case. But maybe somebody caught onto it and told the teacher to stop. Maybe that's why she was mad at that other female teacher, because maybe she caught on and told the other teacher to stop. Yeah, this young girl fell in love with her teacher. Yeah, when he was trying to groom her, it succeeded. Gemini, I think that guy might have already been dead. We found a gravestone for Wei, which is a character we started with, and she's like, oh yeah, he already ... I think she remembered that he was already dead. He wasn't actually alive in the start of the game. I really don't know. We're still piecing that together. But yeah, so it seems like maybe another teacher got involved, likely the female teacher, and told the counselor to stop. For whatever reason, she said he was angrily rejecting her. Yeah, so she's not doing well. And it seems like she's losing herself to some kind of madness because of all that she's been through. Yin. Changming Hui. We need to talk about this. Chang. Miss Yin, it's not necessary to raise your voice like that. Miss Yin, she's the teacher who disappeared. And also the same teacher our character was getting mad at. Why can't I? What were you thinking going after a child like that? Yeah, it's as I said, okay. Yay, I'm right. Sorry, it feels good to be right sometimes. Child, I was already studying abroad at her age. Oh god, that's disgusting. So Chang is the one who's been grooming her. She's old enough to know what she wants. So what now? Will you lead her down this forbidden path? She only needs a push in the right direction, not for you to wrap your arms around her. Oh, so they wanted to push her towards their views, whatever anti-government sentiment they hold, but instead he took advantage of her. Bark, thank you so much. I don't know why your alert didn't go off, but thank you so much, Bark. I appreciate it. Thank you for the 17 months. Yeah, I watched the first episode. I was so surprised it was there. Did you like it so far, Bark? Yeah, I was talking about it earlier and nobody watched it, so I was like, okay. Did you like it? I can tell it's gonna be a sad show. Obviously, no spoilers for anyone, but I hope you enjoy it. Yeah, so these two teachers decided they were gonna indoctrinate her together. Maybe because her father is a public official? I don't know the reasoning. But it seems like they were trying to indoctrinate her to share their views and whatever anti-government sentiment or secret stuff they're doing. But she did get a phone call that said, "The government thanks you for your service." Just tuck that in the back of your head somewhere. I don't know what that might mean here. So yeah, so they together wanted to push her in their direction of whatever their sentiments are, but instead the teacher groomed her and also maybe pushed her in that direction. This is our private matter. It is none of your business. How is it not? You're stuck in your little romance. Did you forget about us? We were already in the same boat. Don't you forget. But then Yin went missing. Yeah, Bark, yeah. It's good. Okay, all the eyeballs. Hi, Darkness. Okay. So, does she rat out her teachers and fellow students? I think so. I think so, yeah. This is the teacher who grooms her. And then all those people were going to prison, I think, or something. A painful recollection. Okay. My soul is shattered into pieces when I cannot put myself back together and forget everything. I open my eyes and welcome a barren world. Huh. Hi, Hex, welcome. Who is this? I don't think we recognize this person. There's writings everywhere, scribbles, one thing in red. Okay, this is where the first character found her. Is disassociating in this chair. Okay, now we play, huh? Can we read what's in red? No. Okay, let's go into that spare room. Yeah, now we're a ghost. Or something. Our life would vanish, but not our guilt. I am you. Yet you are not me. It's a sin that makes you linger in this realm. Yeah, so she's dead. Memories like mirrors reflecting the true likeness of your soul. In a world full of pain and suffering. Fang-ration, what do you fear the most? Believe that we are all born free. Eager to walk on your own path. And afraid of losing yourself. You are me. What the heck is happening? Oh, Bark, thank you. Thank you for the 500 bits. Hello. Okay. I have to do something here, but I don't know what. Maybe give the journal? Doesn't do anything. I don't know. I'm like trying to align it. I doubt that's what I need to do though. No. Hi, Miss. Welcome. So we hear a bunch of crying in the background. And now our character is like see-through. There's a version of herself here. Okay, but anybody else feel like the crying sounds like the daughter in The Last of Us? I won't spoil it, but anybody else think that it sounds like that girl? Sounds so much like that scene, and it's breaking my heart. We go out. Maybe I need something that I don't have. Yes, miss, yes. It doesn't sound like sobbing to you guys. It's a girl sobbing. She's like, like that. It's a girl sobbing. And whimpering in fear as well. I think it's our character. Mo, shut up. Yeah, it's like hysterical sobbing and whimpering. Oh, there's a door here. Oh, I didn't realize this whole time. Oh, welcome, Hex. I hope you've been doing okay. Glad you can join. Oh, really? I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh, Bark. Damn. I bet I could find that online if I ever wanted to play it. Or like a YouTube video of it. I'm sure there are some. Anyone want to summarize the journey so far? If anybody does in chat, feel free. I honestly, like, it's so hard for me to summarize. I couldn't. Shadow! Hi, Shadow! Thank you so much for the 400 bits. I appreciate that a ton. Thank you. The bonfire of hope is almost depleted. Diminishing in the winds. Yeah, if you want like a super quick summary, it's kind of impossible, Soul Stranger. This girl, she's had some traumatic stuff happen to her. And her teacher tried to groom her and it worked and she fell in love with her teacher. Her teacher also tried to convert her to like treasonous sentiments. I don't know exactly what they're trying to convert her to, but they're trying to like bring her into this inner circle where they talk about things that the government doesn't want them to talk about. I don't know exactly what. And it seems like her teacher then later rejected her because another teacher found out about the situation. And so she became very hopeless and distraught because her home life was also bad because her father was a drunk and cheated on her mom, and their home life was very miserable. So her home life and her school became miserable. And then it seems like her mental state just degraded in some way. We're not really sure exactly what's going on. I would say that's like the quickest summary I could possibly do. And now she's a ghost or something. I don't know. I'm not, or she was a ghost. I don't know. This is a teacher who was looking out for her and found out about the groomer. Some of the book's contents might conflict with your everyday thoughts. So this is them trying to bring her into their secret fold. But this material will help you engage in reflective and independent thinking. Well, let's call it a day. What if it's not so much a difference of politics as it is a cult? I don't think so. I think it is political. Almost certainly. I think they talked about it earlier. Definitely bark that as well, yeah. Well, let's call it a day. I want to remind you all again, never mention the book club to anyone else, for that might put yourself and others in great danger. I mean, her teacher thinks she's like doing these people a favor, so whatever she is teaching them may or may not be something good. I don't know the content. We don't know what it is, but it's very secret. Wei, I'd like to ask you a favor. So Wei was the one who died in the beginning. This is the same teacher in the boys' class. Yeah. No, this is the one teacher that wasn't... the one that was missing. You guys are funny. Book club, fight club, all the same. Still a belief in a way, but very much political than faith. Well, I don't know. The game hasn't told us the content of it. We just know that it's something that the government does not want people talking about. I don't know what the content is, though. That makes me think it's political. I'd like to ask you a favor. Yes, Miss Yen, is it about the new books? I've already given the list to Mr. Chang. Mr. Chang is the groomer. He said the shipping company won't help us anymore, but he'll figure something out. The government is enforcing restrictions on all imports. Soon, the book club might come to an end. Miss Yin, why are things like this? Sorry, Wei, there's nothing I can do either. Oh, just one more thing before you go. Mr. Chang never brought us any of those books in the first place, right? I know I can always count on you. Yeah, I have a feeling that this girl, our character, thought she was doing the right thing and sold all these people out to the government and got them all disappeared, whatever that means. And now she's regretting it. But she thought she was doing the right thing. But maybe she wasn't. I mean, in that type of scenario where free thinking is banned, you have no idea what they're talking about. Blacklisted. Clipping. Blacklisted to return home for burial. half a century in exile, blacklisted to return home for burial. During the period of martial law. Oh yeah, it was a time of martial law. Yeah, okay. Miss Yin Sui-han was a wanted political fugitive. Yeah, so it was political, as I said. She was lucky to evade arrest and left the country only to be blacklisted. Ah, I see. Yeah, so she's the one leading the book club. She traveled the world fighting for human rights and freedom of expression, but unfortunately died of lung cancer at the age of 50. So yeah, the book club wasn't, from my understanding what this is saying, it wasn't bad stuff. It was just stuff the government didn't want them to be meaning about. Her last wish was to be able to return to her hometown. Now this wish can be achieved with the lifting of martial law. Oh, okay. So that period ended. Wow. I wonder how long ago. I mean, age 50? Yeah, I don't know how long later that is. So time travel? I'm guessing well, I don't know. I can't answer that. I have no idea. Oh, really, Bark? Wow. And it was worth the effort back then? This is really interesting. Yeah, her brain is trying to make sense of everything, exactly. At some point in her existence, this happened, whether she's dead or alive, I have no idea. She's trying to piece together what happened in these days. And yeah, that teacher was trying to educate students who seemed receptive or smart. She tried to educate them to think for themselves and not just be brainwashed by their government. And obviously, the government at that time, who had imposed martial law, unfortunately did not want people sharing those sentiments. And so killed and blacklisted those participating. That's awful. Blocked by an unknown force. Way to make it creepy. Oh yeah, that makes sense, Bark. So you can go back to present time, or you can go in this ghostly realm. Huh. Okay, let's keep looking around a little bit. For what? His little... Yeah, it is really interesting. Little Misfortune? No, I would like to though. Yeah, I've seen some funny clips from it. I would like to play that at some point. Oh, we haven't been in here. The way forward is the path to your past. However, the road ahead has crumbled. Lead me anywhere and I will follow you like a shadow. So the shadow's gonna follow me? I thought you were gonna follow me. Just see what else is in this room really quick. This is the classroom where they have book club, I think. Maybe. And probably all the people who were in book club are dead. Okay, follow me then. Little Nightmares? Yeah, we're gonna play the second one possibly during this marathon if you guys want. Oh, she only stays in that room. Oh, I see. I understand. Oh, okay. sliding door is wrapped in barbed wire. Okay. I can't open this door. What is happening? I can only open this door. No, I can't even. Medium. I haven't played that. Was that good? Also, hi Solitude. How you doing? Okay, so we need to find something to cut the barbed wire with so that we can bring this shadow to this side, and then I don't have a goddamn clue. Let the shadow out, because the shadow won't come out, it just stays in there. I can't leave through the windows. The medium is like playing 2 games at once. Oh yeah, I remember seeing about that. Maybe go back in, get the wire from the other door, come back out, and make the shadow follow. I don't think we have everything we need to go here. I think we need to get something to cut that barbed wire with. Can we give her anything? The journal? No. Enjoy your work, Bad Bomber. Thank you for being here. It's beautiful, but taxing on the processors. Ah, I see. Okay, we can't go there. So this is just floor 2. We can't go to the roof. Who am we calling at a time like this? Can't go in there. These are a lot of her memories. That was the phone call when she answered it. It was like some government figure who said, "Thanks for your service for the country," or something. I think that was what the phone call was. Okay, we can't go down anymore. We can only go up. Shadow Kwanjutsu. Nice. But we can't go in and use the phone. And we can't go downstairs, okay. So maybe I do have everything I need. The shadow won't follow me unless I'm outside. The door handle is broken, I can't get in. Nothing I can pick up. Oh, I can go out in this mode. I didn't realize. Oh, okay, okay. Then I can... Oh, wait. No. No heart rate monitor today. No, I didn't feel like it suited this game, and I wanted a little break from it. I'm just feeling a bit anxious today. It didn't feel like very comfy. We micro-analyzed. There's something we can pick up in this area. No. 4090. 4090 seems... Nothing here. Thank you, Soul. You too. Have a good weekend. Yeah, exactly. It's just sitting at a nice clean 69. Exactly. It's blocked by an unknown force. Okay, maybe there's something we can pick up or do. Okay, so maybe in this mode I do something, but she's a ghost with one shoe again. I doubt we can leave this room then. So I definitely am not smart enough to understand all the metaphors yet, but I'm sure we'll get things later. There's police tape here. So the school has long been abandoned. This is way later. So yeah, these are overlapping timelines. So this school has long been abandoned. She's a ghost lurking around this school at this time. After the teacher is dead, I suppose. So like, decades. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Sandra. No worries. Hey! Side, thank you so much for the, I can't read, 666. Thank you, Side. I appreciate that a ton. Thank you for your support. Okay, sounds good, JB. Enjoy your lurk. I hope you're nice and cozy. Thank you so, so much for being here. I sincerely do appreciate you guys lurking and hanging out. Hi, Kawaii Hamster. Oh yeah, I want to play Corpse Party. There's a game. I want to play it. Okay, I'm just going in all the doors, seeing what we can interact with in what timeline. So now she's in like the realm in between. We can go up. Oh no, this is just level 2. We've been all around here. What about the bottom level? Was there anything else? Aw, thank you, Sai. Thank you so much. I appreciate that a ton. I hope you have a good sleep. Nothing happened? That message in chat popped up on your behalf. Okay. So there's not much to do except for go to that one girl. I wonder if we could go in this door, but we can't. It says blocked by an unknown force or something. Oh no, this one's just completely closed. And then this is back the way we came from. So there's only one thing to do. Yeah. There's only one thing to do. Oh, except for this door. What was this door? It's blocked. So the only two things there are to do is go back and go back to ghost mode, I think. Or go, which there was nothing to do there, so. Yeah. I'm glad you liked them, Eastley. The anime is unforgettable. The game is nasty, but you think I can handle it. There are some choice words in both. You don't think it'd be wise to stream? If it's not on the Twitch ban list, usually it's fine. Things don't need to be like, I don't know, like family friendly or anything. Yeah, if I've seen someone else streaming a game, I'm comfortable enough. And then if there's things I don't like enough that I wouldn't want to stream it, I would just stop in the middle. Yeah, okay, so we gotta go back in here. Can we cross over to the other side without her? No, we can't. So then we have to get her. And then she's a shadow who follows us. Okay, does anybody have any ideas? The alert is Mo screaming. And then this door handle is broken, like. We need her out of this room, but she won't follow us out of this room. She just follows us in the room. See? We can't interact with her. Maybe there's a broken window we can interact with her through. No. And I can't open this door. And then this character, the sliding door is wrapped in barbed wire. So I can't do anything with that unless I like use my journal on it. Don't see how I could. You think we need a handle for the door? I haven't been able to find anything. I've looked around a bunch. Do you guys see one somewhere? Yeah, we're just stuck forever to walk the hallways. Yeah, if you guys have any idea, feel free. I'm stuck. Can't go up. Okay, go back down. Can't go to the basement. Nope. Maybe we can go back this way? No, the gate is closed, so we can't leave. There's not a single room to go to. Oh, there's this girl with the telephone. I can't get in there. Can we give her the journal? I don't know. No. And there's nothing down below. Hi, HA911. Didn't want to go to TwitchCon? Oh, I really want to go. I hope I can go next year. Yeah, no, it didn't work out for me this year, but I wish I could have gone. I keep seeing all the pictures of so many of my friends and fellow streamers having a good time. I'm very envious. It's so nice to see them having a good time, though. What was the last major event? Oh, the girl's gone. I don't know what I did differently. She's over there now? What? No. Hi, Chesty. Welcome. Thank you. Thank you so much. Hi, Chesty. How was the stream today? What were you up to? Thank you so much for rating. Hi, guys. Welcome on in. You were so disappointed you had to cancel because you have family issues this week. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, miss. That sucks. So you were fully planning on going? Aw. Let the spooky streams continue. They shall indeed. Aw, thank you, Chesty, for the raid. What were you playing today? Remember when you enrolled? Okay, something changed. I don't know what changed, but I think we made progress. Remember when you enrolled so full of passion? Oh, maybe she followed me when I was downstairs? I don't know. So full of passion. Participating in every school activity, showing off your academic abilities, grabbing the attention of your peers and teachers. Then things took a turn for the worse at home. All the attention quickly turned into unwanted scrutiny. So you chose grim acceptance? You only play bad games, lots of League, hey? Oh, the League. Who's your main, Chesty? Okay, well, we somehow made it to the other side. I don't know what I did, but we did it. This place is completely lifeless. Even ideas are buried here. No idea, soul. And this is them burning all of their secret books so they don't get caught by the government. Remember to thoroughly destroy each book and add the spirit money to throw them off. There can't be any intact book pages or else this would be for naught. So they're reading banned book, government book banned. Oh my god, I can't English. Books banned by the government, not government's booked banned. Can't English. Books that have been banned by the government. With free thinking sentiment, apparently. Hey, Wei. And he was killed, we know that. You're closer with Miss Yin. I heard that she had to flee the country overnight. Is that true? I'm not sure. She never said anything about leaving. Unlike Miss Yin, we don't have the connections to guide us to safety. Aren't you afraid? Damn. Well, actually what bothers me the most is, do you know how the reading list got leaked out? It was us. It was our character. I think she betrayed them. I don't know why though. Stop asking questions. I'm as clueless as you. Let's just hurry up and finish this. We don't want to get caught. Damn. That's some heavy stuff. Okay, see you later, Dark Angel. Written verdict from court. A torn piece of the verdict. Chang Minghui, district level educator. Chang, this is the one who groomed her, is found guilty with students Wei and others of collusion with communist forces. Ah, okay. Chang Ming-hui is to be put to death after the court's ruling. Good. Because he's a groomer. Wei Changting pleads guilty to affiliation with communist forces. Reading of prohibited texts with rebellious and corrupt thoughts. Will be sentenced to 15 years jail time. So do you guys know if it was actually communist sentiments that they were reading or just like free thinking sentiments? Probably, how would you guys know? I'm guessing you wouldn't. But I wonder if that was something the government used to frame people for what they were doing and to make it look worse than it was by saying it was affiliated with communist thinking, or if they actually were engaging in communist types of thinking. I wonder. It's interesting. I'm sure we'll find out more. Hey, Party Pad! Thank you so much! Thank you, Party Pad. Thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs. I appreciate that a ton. Thank you. Thank you so very much. Really appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, like a government during a period where they enact martial law could really do whatever the heck they want, I would imagine, and just by like accusing people of doing anything related to communism would allow them to like police all sorts of thinking and views. As long as they said it's tied to communism, they could shut it down and get you in trouble, even if the sentiments weren't like actually communist sentiments. Why are these books banned by the governments? We're not sure. We know that the teacher, what she believed in was teaching people about free thinking. We don't really know what anything more than that, if it was like actually communist sentiments or it's just being framed as such. I don't know. It's really interesting though, absolutely. But it does seem like that teacher her intention was to help these students and teach them to think for themselves, but we don't know the whole picture. Yeah, it could have been anything, and then they could just, you know, title it with that treasonous banner. Exactly, yeah. Yeah, Party Pad, thank you again so much for that 5 gifted. I really appreciate it. That's so nice of you. Thank you. Yeah, so, really interesting subject matter as well. But this teacher, Chang Ming-hui, he really had relations with his students and he was grooming her. So him being put to death is cool with me. You know, modern day China is cracking down on the country at the moment and trying to get Taiwan back. Yeah, there's all sorts of stuff going on. Oh wait, he was only sentenced to 15 years jail time? Oh, he wasn't sentenced. Wait, no, it said sentenced to death. Did I not read the whole thing? Hold on, I think I missed part of it. Oh, sorry, this is the kid, Wei Changting, so the student that died in the beginning, pleads guilty to affiliation with communist forces. Reading a prohibited text with rebellious and corrupt thoughts. Rebellious thoughts. Will be sentenced to 15 years jail time. Okay, so the kid wasn't killed per se. He was sentenced to 15 years jail time. We don't know anything further than that. Sad that they'll never get to live that long to see what they taught. That's the right way of thinking. Well, I don't know. We don't know anything about their thinking personally. The game hasn't given us much information about what they've been studying. Yeah. Either way, obviously, like the government wasn't even allowing, like they weren't allowing people to think anything other than what the government forced them to think. So anything that is not taught by the government and in the system that they want is rebellious and corrupt thoughts. So that's obviously extremely problematic. Oh, there's Wei. Can we follow him? Where is he going? Yeah, my suspicion is that this girl betrayed them. She found out about what they were doing and she betrayed them simply because the teacher rejected her, maybe? I don't know, though. The door is barred by a broom. There's a note on top of it. Snitcher. Yeah, it was her then. Remove the broom. Yes. And he's gonna be dead in there, right? Go in. This is very interesting. Wow. People's rights were taken away brutally. Yes. Martial law does that, yeah. Wait, is that her dad? Or is that Wei, but older? I don't know. I don't know who the striped shirt person is. Okay. That was like a memory of some sort. We can't interact. It's a happy song again, yeah. That time in fear, forcing herself to breed hatred. Who knew that she would take that leap and leave this world behind? Nary a last word because of fear, remorse. The reason remains undecided. I was left with a blur of confused thoughts spiraling through my mind. When I saw the sunlight again, things had changed drastically. My loved ones and teacher went to a higher place. She was buried on an unmarked grave, leaving me a decrepit man. I think this is Wei who wrote this. That time in fear, forcing herself to breed hatred. Who knew that she would take that leap and leave this world behind? So somebody killed themselves, maybe our character. Nary a last word because of fear, remorse. The reason remains undecided. Remorse. I'm guessing this is talking about our character, Ray. Like remorse. Breeding hatred, maybe. Maybe not, though. And then this is Wei after he came out of prison, is my suspicion. I was left with a bird of confused thoughts spiraling through my mind. When I saw sunlight again, like that's a metaphor for coming out of prison. My loved ones and teacher went to a higher place. She was buried in an unmarked grave. He was closer to the female teacher. So yeah, I think this is Wei's entry. Yeah, our character is Ray. The male character who we saw at the very beginning was Wei. I'm probably pronouncing the names all wrong. Oh, Shadow, all the love. Yeah. Wei is the male character, the boy who was just burning books, and who was closer with the female teacher. And Ray is our character. So yeah, I think he's talking about our character up here. So he comes out of prison and finds out she killed herself or something. Perhaps is what maybe it seems like she would take the leap and leave this world behind. Like that can only mean one thing. It could be talking about somebody else, but it seems likely it's our character because things we have seen. Yeah. You worked with a guy named Wei. He said to call him Wee. Oh, maybe that's how you pronounce it. Yeah, since I don't know for sure, I'll just call it Wei, but could very much be right. Okay. So the striped shirt is Wei. Time to save. Nowhere else to go? Why does it sound like frogs in here? It's really creepy and really interesting. Wait a minute, down here? We just went in that room and came out in a different area. Oh god, that's so creepy. There's a note on the card. Okay, let's go read the note. I really like piecing together stories like this. Let's check this though. Oh, our ghost is with us. Or we are with our ghost. Oh, if we turn off the light, then she can follow us. So she can't go in light places. Interesting. This game is really well done. Huh. Is she gonna come with me now? Or is she just gonna stand there? I wonder if she's following me right now. I don't know, but let's go to the cart. We'll come back in. Yeah, very interesting. Oh, we can't get to the cart from here. Okay, so we must go in here and figure out this. Whatever this is. What does this light do? So she's stuck. Oh, we can interact with her. And turn on this light. Why would I want this one on? That I don't understand. Maybe I need them both on? Acting immediately on one's determination. This is the philosophy he believed in. Who? Yeah, interesting, huh? Enjoy your lyric, Turknessa. Aw, sounds good, Gooby. What game are you playing tonight? That someone should take fate into their own hands. With you following him, what ideas do you hold? Who are you following? Take hold of your destiny, live a laid-back life, submit to one's fate. I feel like our character maybe did this. Submit to your fate. Okay, see the darkness. We can go back out there. I'm just going. If I can go forward, I will. No matter how many times this replays, nothing can be unwound. You can never redeem yourself. Huh. So she regrets what she did then. Yeah, so she very much regrets giving up those people to the government. Yeah, this is her telling them. Maybe she told her dad? No. Instructor by. This is the book list I mentioned before. I found it on our teacher's desk. Miss Fang, the country appreciates your assistance. Yeah, this was what she heard over the phone. Yeah, so I was right. Yeah, so she gave them all up, and she regrets it because she didn't have good reason to. I think she was just mad that the teacher who groomed her rejected her, and the other teacher told him to reject her. She didn't realize that it was for her own benefit. Did you think finding something to rely on would stave off your fear? Oh, or maybe she did it for other reasons. One day, however, he was gone just like that. You've lost everything you can depend on. What choice will you make now? Try to take them back? I don't know. The instructor's sharp gaze was stifling. You steeled yourself and performed without hesitation. In that one moment, transforming into a pitiless patriot. Easier than you think, right? You are me. Damn. Storytelling is so interesting. There's Wei again. We shall follow him. Goes upstairs, okay. Yeah, we saw her jump off this. This is him, but way older. Okay. Interesting. So he came up here to smoke. Hey, Fairlands, how are you? Welcome. Memories are like a mirror reflecting the true likeness of your soul. Anything that way? No. Maybe you still want to forget. Maybe you're still afraid. Facing your own aspirations, but not confessing to the truth. I am you. Yet you are not me. So she's saying, like, that isn't who you are, I think? The ghost of her? Oh, creepy. Nah. The audio doesn't even turn down when I do that. Okay, all these corpses. Constantly cycling over and over with only the river's sounds you at the end of your journey. Yet the knot of sin still lies unsolved. The bridge leading to Paramita lies in collapse. So the Requiem with a warm crescendo welcomes you again. So death. Maybe Soul Stranger, maybe. I got the feeling she was saying like that you selling out those people isn't who you really are. Sorry, the audio is really loud here. And this is her crying, I'm guessing, before she died. It is really unnerving, yeah. The rivers of blood. Sorry. Sec. And she got rewarded for her patriotism, but she regrets it. And that's a rope she's gonna hang herself with on this stage. What the hell? So I have to hang her? So she just couldn't take the guilt of betraying all those people, so she hung herself. That's so sad. Poor Ray. Even though she was brainwashed by her country to think it was a good thing to do. Mm-hmm. Wow. Damn, what a well done game. That's incredible. Wow. Yeah, she was just a kid. She was still in school. That storytelling was incredible. It was beautiful and very sad. Mm-hmm. Yep. Wow. They did that very well. Yeah, the poems were very beautiful. Yeah, I agree. Mm-hmm. Something people might relate to today. Something people will relate to at all stages of society, in my opinion. Um, Freedom of thought. So long as, yeah, I mean, freedom of thought, I guess, is the concept that is kind of a human right. And this game is addressing that in some right. So that translates to, almost every single layer of society. But there was a lot more to it than just that, for sure. It was really interesting. Mm-hmm. What it makes me think of a lot is our moral responsibility to children, and how a lot of adults, just because they don't have children of their own, forget that. But how much children are raised by their society, not just by their parents, and how, we as adults in society have a moral responsibility to nurture children and give them a world that's going to nurture them and give them a good life, and how a lot of adults just don't really care at all about children and their impact on them. And I think in our social media age, that's a really, really, really big thing that a lot of influencers don't feel any responsibility for, which is really sad. Mm-hmm. Anyway, kind of a tangent, but I think that's for me, a big takeaway from this game is just how much children are not entirely, but are very much affected and nurtured by their society. And all of the people around them, their school, their parents, the political systems. You're a product of your environment. I mean, not entirely, but you're very much influenced and affected by everything around you, children most importantly. And if it's all, like her family, her home life was bad and not looking out for her, cherishing her, and then her school system was the way it was, and the political system, you can understand why a child, and even like the teacher who groomed her and everything, you can understand why a child would go to the lengths she did, and like lose her mind and kill herself and stuff, because children don't yet think for themselves as much. They just absorb everything around them. It's really sad. Yeah. Anyway, it definitely makes me think a lot about the impact of influencers and adults in general and their effect on children. It's not that influencers don't think about it. It's all about teamwork. They can't parent a child and control what they want. No, there's a lot of influencers who just don't feel any moral responsibility for their impact on people who watch their content, and I think that that's very detrimental. Yeah, I think a lot of people just don't. They're like, well, that's not my responsibility. That's not what I care about. And I think if you have an impact and an influence, then you have a moral responsibility to, have some sort of awareness of that impact that you're doing. That's my opinion. I'm not trying to act like it's the objective truth, but my opinion personally is that if you have an influence, especially an influence on a younger audience, you do have a moral responsibility to take care with that, because again, Like this game showed, children are not just raised by their parents, they're raised by the society around them. And everyone has a role to play in that. A lot of people just don't even think about that whatsoever. Yeah. Yeah, the easy way out, not my responsibility. Yeah, it's just not, that's just not the reality. Like, you will influence and impact children and youth if you have an influence. And that's the reality. And whether you want to, like, blind yourself to the negative influence that you're, you know, giving them, like, that's up to the person. Anyway, kind of a tangent, but I feel like it's an important thing to be said after watching a game like this. Anyway, very heavy but really interesting. I know that the content of the game was more focused on the political elements of, you know, the society in Taiwan at the time, which is really interesting. I don't have a lot of, like, background knowledge for it, which is why my takeaway is more like globally, societally based. Anyway, yeah, really interesting game. People that opt out of having kids are going to have to rely on younger generations taking care of them at some point. I guess so, yeah. Yeah, I just feel like a lot of people just don't think about, in a lot of ways, like, their impact on other people. It's different times. You work with elderly people, but currently in the process of changing careers to hopefully have a positive impact on young people. That's really interesting, Shadow. It's really, really interesting and admirable to do both. Hazel, thank you for being part of it. You didn't realize Taiwan was under martial law dictatorship till 1987. Is that when this is set then? Wow. Definitely Dawn, yeah. It's a hilarious stance to take considering their nature as influencer. I mean, people know that they influence, they just don't think it's their responsibility to be concerned about what that influence is. You know, there is an element of truth to that, but you have to acknowledge, whether you want to do the right thing about it or not, you have to acknowledge that you do have an influence, and your words will have consequences and your actions will have consequences on people who, you know, witness those and are influenced by them. And if you decide it's not your responsibility to be concerned about that, that doesn't mean that that doesn't happen. It just means that you're not concerned about doing something harmful. That's 100%, in my opinion, that is what you're doing. A lot of people just pretend not to see that they're doing, you know, that they're actually influencing in a harmful way. And so they say it's not my responsibility, you know what I mean? Even though it isn't your responsibility, but you're doing a harmful thing anyway, so you're still guilty of doing a harmful thing, even if you don't want to change anything. Anyway, I'm not talking about anyone specifically, just people who have an audience and who, you know, influence that in a negative way. I don't have anyone specific in mind. Yeah. Oh, I see. Interesting. You don't think you'll have kids mostly because you don't feel it's a wise choice to bring a child into this world the way that it is. So instead you volunteer with young people in foster care and try to take care of them in any way you can that fulfills you in the same way. Good for you, Hydro. That's beautiful. Good for you. Yeah, a lot of people ask that question. It's definitely a heavy subject that I don't feel like getting into, but it's an interesting way of thinking. Absolutely. You have a question? What's up? For you, it's important to care about other people. Oh, sorry. You think it's important, no matter what your role or job is, to care about other people. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I've reflected on that a lot because that's, for me, it's definitely a value of mine to care about and nurture other people. But I think, like, naturally, as a human being, I think it's pretty important to care about other people, but I don't think you're obligated. I think as a human, you're obligated not to harm other people, but you're not obligated to care about or look out for other people. Like, I do, because that's a value of mine. I don't think people are obligated to. Like, if you want to just be selfish and live your life, you know, I don't mean like the insult selfish. Like, if you just want to focus on yourself and not care about anyone else, I mean, you are technically entitled to that. It's your life. But I do think it's a happier life to care about others, for sure. How does this connect to how the game started? The boy was sleeping and then woke up to everyone gone and the blood river and the guy vanished. I think it was just a way to draw you in. I'm not sure. It's a good question. Oh yeah, I have, pervert. I don't want to talk about the end because of spoilers, though, for other people. But yeah, the game started with, we were playing as Wei, and then suddenly he was dead and hanging there. I think it was just like kind of like a reenactment of the mental processing of Rei, the female character we were playing as. And when he was hanging there in the middle of the stage, it was like, you know, her guilt, her coming to terms with her guilt of what she's done to all these people, I think. And so Wei didn't die, I think, because he came out of prison and we read a note, and when he came out of prison he found out that this girl had killed herself, I think. So Wei didn't die, but she feels like she killed him, and I guess she killed all these other people indirectly, or at least some of them. So I think that was just a recollection of her guilt with Wei hanging there like that. And her kind of like, yeah, just betraying, like a betrayal. The recollection of her guilt and betrayal. So they were, in the beginning, like working together, relying on one another, and then she completely betrayed him and killed him. Even though she didn't actually kill him, that's like her remorse. I think that's the way I take it. The only obligation you go by is leave no trace of yourself where you go, especially out in nature. I see you. That's the only thing you feel entitled or like obligated to do in life. Interesting. Yeah, no, so. It could be the indirect way, like when he came out of jail, did he kill himself? She thinks she killed him. I don't think he died. I don't think we have any indication to know that he did that, because the letter said that it was writing from his perspective, and he was surprised that she had done that. So that wasn't him talking about himself. And we have no indication of like him killing himself. He came out of jail and wrote that thing about how he was surprised to find that she had killed herself. And seeing as I guess she was a ghost, she could probably see all these different time periods. Yeah. He could have also died, but I don't think anything indicates that. Maybe he did, but she did in that exact spot where he was hanging. So I'm pretty sure he was saying that that was just her. Yeah. Yeah. The weight seemed to be with him decades later. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, because he wrote a poem about, or he wrote something about when he came out of prison and was surprised to find her dead. And then he also like went up to the rooftop where she had, well, earlier in the game there was a character who had jumped off the roof who looked a lot like our character, but then it showed her hanging herself with the noose, so we don't know exactly how she did it. But and then there was like references to her jumping in the river, so in some one of these ways she died, and I guess he was just reflecting on her and wondering why she did what she did. And we don't really know, but I think it's just what we were talking about before, her being like a product of that kind of situation and scenario. She didn't really get to think for herself. She was kind of just brainwashed and used. Anyway, really interesting game. Really interesting. Thanks for watching that, you guys. That was a great game. It wasn't super scary. But I think like dark and kind of spooky stuff like this still to me fits for horror. But yeah, that was a heavy game for sure. It was really good. Oh, you think there might be different endings since our choices? Yeah, I was wondering about that. Yeah, maybe. It shouldn't be labeled as a horror game. I mean, I think it should. Like throughout the entirety of the game, it was spooky and creepy and scary things happened and there were like ghostly figures and everything. I think it fits. Not every horror game has to be jump scares. I do think it fits the genre. I mean, what else would it be? Like action adventure, I guess. No, I think it fits horror lightly. What? Oh, there we go. Okay. So the next game we're playing is Devotion by the same devs, so you know the writing is gonna be good. But apparently this one is actually like full-on horror, like first person, jump scares, all that you guys love. So yeah, different kind of game, but from the same devs. But maybe we'll just do a quick lookup to see there's any explanation for maybe alternative endings or anything. Oh, all endings, Detention. Yeah, there are bad and good. Do you guys want to watch that? How many endings are there in Detention? Oh, there's just 2. Oh. Oh, there's 2 endings. Yeah, the writing was great. Oh, the writing in Devotion is great, you're saying. Interesting. Okay. This game is wild. Get ready. Alright. Like, the last time you guys said something like that, we were gonna play Outlast 2. And people were like, are you sure? I don't know, like, are you sure you can stream it? It gets pretty, bad. And at the end, I, like, you know, nothing wrong with Outlast 2 in terms of streamability, but it was definitely, it was definitely a lot. So now that you guys are saying this about Devotion, I'm getting concerned about what we might see. We're gonna play it either way, but yeah. Hello, good morning, Miko. You're going to test barefoot shoes. Interesting. Interesting. What are the benefits of barefoot shoes? Aren't they the opposite of like supporting your feet, or do barefoot shoes still support your feet? Interesting. Okay, so want to see the 2 endings for Detention? Do you guys like that? There's a good ending and there's a bad ending. I feel like we got the bad ending then. How could our ending be good in any way? Yeah, I don't know. Is my camera out of focus or is it just you? I don't think it's out of focus. God, this is so bright. Oh, Detention is based on a true story lightly. The story and game are inspired by true events, specifically the 1947 Keelung Senior High School incident. Oh wait, Detention is... This isn't... What? It's talking about a film. Oh, Detention the film. Oh, never mind. But I think this is... I think this game specifically got a film then. It was released in 2019. It must be, because it sounds exactly the same. Yeah. Okay. Detention alternative endings. Let's see what we got on YouTube. And then we'll play Devotion. Detention. Good ending? 9 minutes long? Good ending? Is it gonna be what we did? Go all endings, I guess. Okay. And we can kind of skip through together. I see, Miko, I see. Okay, so this is... I just want to see, like... Did we see this part? I don't know. I don't want to, like... Things are very different. I wonder how we could have done so many things different. Let me just go to good ending so I don't accidentally watch what we already have seen. Detention, good ending. This is 10 minutes long though. Maybe skip through. The good ending. Wait, I think it's so. I think we got the good ending. What? How could that have been good? Yeah, this looks the same, right? There's a way. And then... Wait a minute. No, we didn't see this. Huh. I wonder how much is different. A yellow paper plane? Open the door. Chang Ming Kui. You're suspected of anti-government propaganda, smuggling banned books, and organizing illegal gatherings. I wonder why we didn't get this. The court has obtained necessary evidence. We arrest you on the grounds of rebellious activities. Don't resist on pain of death. I wonder, did they like change this? Because similar thing happened, but it didn't show us this view of it. It will be difficult to escape this time. For some reason, she's more close with him still. Huh. Take my head so that I may join my brothers and sisters in death. Sigh. Why? Aren't people born to live freely? To think openly, to speak their minds without restriction or fear. Freedom of belief, love, and self-realization. I mean, being with you was a happiness of the simplest and purest kind. Okay, I don't agree with you about all your thoughts, sir. Being with a child, I couldn't help but think. I wonder how, like, what choices the guy made. We could be hand in hand living an untroubled life. Nowhere could you do that. But in the end, this is only a fool's dream. I'm happy we didn't get this ending. I too am vain, like the daffodils fixated on my grandiosity. Yim Dinan, I'm watching alternative ending. So this is apparently the good ending. I don't know. I'm actually happy that guy died. But I think he dies in both. Daffodils die by a river of crimson blood. Decaying rest-like into the void. Did you miss much? Of the alternative ending? No. No. Why does this game look so different? So, I feel like this is an instant, like, so many things are playing out differently. Now you play as him? What choices could we have made to change things so much? To get, I don't know, weird. Huh. I guess I just needed to choose some different options or things. Yeah, I don't know. Barred from the heavens and hampered from the underworld. We saw this woman a lot earlier in the game. Alone and wandering forever she goes. So that's talking about Ray. Pitiful. I don't know, Miko. I don't think so. Amnesty. Wait. Oh. Type of pardon. Amnesty. Crime. Wait, hold on. Wait, this is him? Amnesty certificate for him. Wei Chengting, type of pardon, amnesty, crime declared invalid. Oh, so the government changed over, and then his sentence was taken back. I thought I would rot in jail. I didn't expect to live past martial law. People say I'm a victim of politics. My crime was written off, but my youth is long past. Something lost can never be regained. I think 15 years he was supposed to be in there. That's probably pretty close to the end. Letters from home. A yellowed letter. My son, Chongting. Wait, he had a son? But he went to jail when he was still in high school. What? Letters from home. A yellowed letter. My son, Chongting. Oh, this is from his parents. Oh. Even though I witness sickness and death on a daily basis, this still fills my heart with grief. Your mother's disease was utterly untreatable. I can only hope she died without worry, without pain. A person's body can be physically locked up, but your mind is always free to go where it pleases. Father hopes you can still get some peace of mind in this situation. Stay warm, stay safe, your father, Jackson? I don't know how to say that. That's so sad. So while he's in prison, his mom died, but his dad gave him beautiful advice. Your body can be physically locked up, but your mind is always free to go where it pleases. That's really beautiful writing. Wow. Sorry, I got worried that I wasn't gonna have time to read it. Eventually, mother still passed away. Father didn't take it well and had to take a break from his clinic work. His written words were spirited and calming. They supported me during my darkest days. Chang Ming Hui, district-level educator, is found guilty with students Wei and others of collusion and communist forces. Wait, Chang Ming Hui is to be put to death after the court's ruling. Oh, we've read this before. Yeah. The groomer was put to death. 15 years of my life were taken away by a piece of paper. I can still clearly remember when the police came knocking and carried me off in front of my mother. Little did I know that was the last time I would see her face. Aww, that's so sad. Return home for burial. Half a century in exile, blacklisted. Oh, we read this one. That was about the teacher. After being released from jail, I haven't had any contact with Miss Yin. I couldn't believe it at first, but I heard she passed away abroad due to lung cancer, like with my mother. Only after seeing her ashes with my own eyes was I able to realize I had lost a familiar part of my heart forever. I think he loved his teacher based on some of the things we've seen. Oh yeah, and then this is what we also read. That time in fear, forcing herself to breed hatred. Who knew that she would take that leap and leave this world behind? Nary a last word because of fear. Remorse, the reason remains undecided, so she didn't even write like a note or anything. I was left with a blur of confused thoughts spiraling through my mind. When I saw the sunlight again, things had changed drastically. My loved ones and teacher went into a higher place. She was buried in an unmarked grave, leaving me a decrepit man. Oh, this is so sad. It doesn't matter what I was feeling back then, only pain and sadness remain. Is this girl's journal and stuff she collected what he's reading? I don't think so, no. This is just stuff he has. Yeah. No, I don't think so. But he is going back to the school after he got out of prison. A very different view. But yeah, this is a while later. So, just a different perspective. This is the good ending. But nothing really changes. It's just perspective. It shows it from his. Even I cannot hide from it. Interesting. This game is so well done. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. So I think he's just reflecting on and thinking about her. No, it's all good. You guys talk about whatever you want. I'm actually glad. It's all good. Talk about shoes. Talk about toe shoes. Do it. Feet is life. I see, Gemini. Well, I think good and bad ending is probably just people's perspective of it. They're just different endings. But this one is, I guess, better? I don't know. The graffiti is translated in this one. Oh, not all of it. This is the classroom. He's thinking about her. Wow.
Detention is the story
No,
of
we're done. We're done with that. Okay.